Good evening, Assalamu alaikum, everyone. This is your host for the day, Sindhu Sanwar, and I have a brand new show lined up for you all. As you all know, that we talk about education and all the education-based topics in my show and in our, grand segment. This is a very good show regarding the opportunities and all the COVID problems that we have faced during our, education sector changes and everything. I would like to introduce you all to my guest for the evening. Her name is Miss Narjis Haider. Assalamu alaikum, ma'am. How are you?
Walaikum Assalam. I'm good. How are you, Sundus?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good, ma'am. Before I start off with Miss Narjis, I would give her introduction that Ma'am Narjis is the deputy head for middle section at Beacon House Jubilee campus. She's a Cambridge accredited program leader, previously a regional head of training, regional education, technology coordinator, and regional English coordinator at Beacon House South. She has been working with Beacon House schooling system since 23 years, and now it's still going. So, ma'am, tell us, how has your journey as an education practitioner, as an educationist been?
It's been a very versatile journey. As you can see from my profile, I started out my career as a classroom practitioner. I just fell into this profession. It wasn't my choice. I joined as a substitute teacher in 1996. And I just began to love what I was doing. And I stayed on here for 23 years. As you can see, this is my 24th year actually. And
So cool.
I have a passion for teaching. I mean, this one thing I really like is teaching and learning, and I think that's what's kept me going. The most important factor for me to stay with the career and with the organization has mainly been professional development opportunities. I got a lot
Yes.
of professional development opportunity, and that kept me going and motivated to continue with this career.
Definitely, ma'am. Opportunities always go hand in hand. Once you get opportunities, you start, believing in yourself and you want to go forward. That's 100%. I agree to that. Ma'am, first of all, I would like to ask you that what is this change, this COVID-19, that this change that brought in the education sector? It was a complete whiplash. Like, it turned us all upside down. We were like, one day we are going to school, the next day we're all operating from home, and we're like, where to go, what to go. I have to commend the Beacon House schooling system on this first, that they set up the environment in almost 1 week. It was not even a week. And the students started, having their online assignments. I did not see a single institution facing, going up and going that quickly, starting all this, online journey. So tell us about it, because you've been at the back, you've been seeing all this going on. So how has it been?
It's been a great learning experience. I would say that COVID brought to schools what should have happened to schools maybe 10 years ago, but historically, educators have been the ones, whatever technology that has been around in history. It's what I have noticed is that all research also shows that educators resist change the most. Technological advancement, all other professions, they just take it, but it's
So true.
education where it is the slowest, and it has been the slowest. So this was like that black swan moment for educators. You know, they never expected it, and they had to change overnight. So it was
I
just
totally
a
agree.
do or die. There was no other choice. The people who were well trained to take on online learning, as well as the people who could not even turn on a computer. Everybody had to deliver a lesson online. That's how fast it was. So I don't know. Many people call it a negative, but I don't really see it as a negative. I see it as maybe a jerk that was needed in the education sector to move forward.
That's a very good way to, I always see the teachers who have been building blocks in, or the education practitioners who have been building blocks in education, they always see any challenge as a new approach, as a new beginning, and this is the same thing. I actually saw this in my university teachers, and now I'm looking in you as well, that, bringing up this initiative that now every educationist, every teacher needs to be literate, needs to know things, needs to develop all this 21st century skills, I would say, the things that were very necessary. We were actually pushing it back because of the whole classroom environments we had. We didn't want it to move forward in such a smart way, but now we are forwarding. So, ma'am, tell us about it. Tell us how. Right now, we'll show you. The slide is coming in front as well. That what is the first topic. So, you tell me that how do you go with it? What are the What do you challenges you faced? How did you guys go with it? By the teachers, by the schools, by students.
Okay, so the biggest, basically, I would say that first I'll talk about general and then Beacon House. So I think generally in education, schools which were not tech savvy, like there's all types of school in Pakistan. It's not just a Beacon House type of school. There's every type of school. And what happened, this particular situation brought the world together in education. Now, whichever part of the world you are in, which has been affected by COVID, this is the only way people are able to teach. Whether
That's true.
they are low income countries or high income countries, this is the only form of teaching that the child can experience. So, the first problem that everybody encountered was adaptability struggle. The problem that schools faced was convincing the parents and the students that online teaching is the real teaching. It is not temporary, it's not time pass, it's not vacation homework, it is real
So true.
teaching.
So true.
So this is the first challenge that we face, or all schools face, was the adaptability struggle. The situation for Beacon House was much better because with Beacon House we were already, our parents were already used to another online platform we were using for last 10 years called Edmodo. So about 10
Yes,
to
ma'am.
12% of work during the school year was already part of Edmodo being used at schools. So the migration to an online platform for our kind of a school was not as difficult as many others. So yes,
Hmm.
the biggest change for us was then to develop content which was suitable and appropriate for online teaching. So that was the next challenge. The first challenge was making everybody realize that this is proper teaching. This is not temporary or a time pass, and then developing content to engage the learners, not just telling them like a video where the teacher is giving a lecture and children are still having the copies and the teacher can't see the child. So it's like a real classroom situation where the children
That's
have their
true.
cameras on and the teacher is using tools like Kahoot or Padlet or Coggle or board, idea board. So many tools that teachers are
I
using
know. Every day.
daily to make sure that children are engaging with them. The second challenge, which is the most important challenge, were the technical issues.
Hmm.
Technical issues being devices, not just the quality of the device, also the quantity. For example, there is a household with 3 children and they all have to do online classes and they have to share a device. In the same way, for the teachers, if they are teachers, they also have to use a device, but they might have their own children who also need that device for their online learning. So
Yeah.
quantity of devices is an issue, and along with that, the quality of the devices. Then many people upgraded overnight. I saw that people got new devices. People that I know, they got their children new laptops, new tablets. Even teachers went and got them, ordered things online, new cell phones, better quality laptops, upgrading their operating system. So this is something that people had to access. I just want to say, Sundar, that so many people are messaging me, they are unable to join the live session.
No, no, ma'am. It
So
will be. It is showing. It is showing in our Facebook page, so it will be over there. You don't have to worry about that
okay.
because it starts popping over there, so you don't have to worry. On the
All right.
Facebook page, it's no.
So, no, actually, people are WhatsApping me that they can't join. All right. So now I'll just move on to our next issue, which is, we
Ma'am,
are in Pakistan.
before you continue with this opportunities and everything, I would agree 100% that this was the transformation that as a teacher, as a student, as a person, we all needed. We all needed this change. We all needed the upgrade. We were always pushing it in the corner. Chalo karwa lenge. We'll get a new laptop. I'm talking about myself. So I had like what an iPod 4 laptop, and I was like, let it go, let it go. I'll do it. And then when the real challenge came, then I was like, I need to do it. As I was like, in the Ramadan break, I had to do it. I changed my, you're 100% right, changed my phone, changed my laptop because It was a need. Now we're going in interactive sessions. We have sessions where we, make the students learn every single thing in the class by doing all, we are using Pear Deck, we're using MindMeister, so many different applications just so that the students can bring their, education back. I 100% agree to that point. Miss, now coming to the next point that we talked about the opportunities and the struggles. Now the opportunities. What opportunities had this brought? Like, what were the biggest, good and different opportunities you saw?
Okay, so other than the challenges of adaptability and technical issues, one big challenge you have to understand this as a very big challenge that school faced in the first phase of online teaching, बिल्कुल शुरू में जो हुई है, that was understanding that this requires a routine, not just for the students, also for the teachers, maintaining a work life balance. Because you see, for a teacher, she is doing work from home along with doing housework and managing her own children. So
Mm,
it was equally challenging for the teacher as well as for the parent. Parents also getting their children to get into a routine. Very difficult to make children understand that this is not a summer vacation and they will
mm.
have a school day like a school day. So
Yes.
customizing the day and establishing routines was also a challenge in the first phase. But now, as we have moved to the second phase, things are much better. We are not struggling with attendance or routines or device issues because parents have sorted all of that out during the the summer break that
Yeah.
happened in between phase one
Mm,
and phase two. So when we
100%.
experienced phase two, the situation was much improved, and children,
Mm,
parents, everybody was taking online learning far more seriously. Now, if we look at the opportunities, so research suggests, research states that access to education has improved drastically. Like people who did not have proper access to education can also now access education. Also more opportunity for introverts or children who were not happy with paper pencil classrooms. We are having a lot
mm,
of children now in our schools, at least 40% student body in every class, who don't want to write anything in a copy, who don't want to pick up a pencil. So this is the opportunity to engage those learners. And the introverts, I have observed in classes, even some of the substitute classes that I have taken for teachers who were on leave due to COVID, that
mm,
children who hardly speak in a face to face class were highly interactive and engaged in discussion in online classes. So, this is a great
100%.
opportunity
Mm,
for those kind of children.
bilkul.
Secondly, the one to one sessions, where in a school face to face
Very nice.
environment does a teacher or a child get a chance to have one on one with the teacher?
That is the
And
best thing that was coming up from Beacon House में तो I was so happy मैम क्योंकि जब हमें पता चला ना one on one sessions होंगे I was relieved. I was like thank God. Now those students who are always in the corner मैं उनको specially बिठा के बोलूंगी now you talk. I want to know what you want to do. It helped me. It literally brought my learners back.
And the most important benefit is the real purpose of technology, which is
Hmm.
access to learning whenever and wherever. So maybe
Hmm.
right now I have fever, I don't feel like getting out of bed. So I can
Hmm.
wake up at 2, 2:30. The class recordings are there in my Google Classroom. So I can
Hmm.
watch the class recording and complete my homework.
Hmm.
So this
That's
is
true.
one benefit that online teaching has. Maybe I did attend the class, but I still need some more clarity on that topic. I can keep
Hmm.
watching the recording again and again until I am totally clear about that topic. So this is the greatest opportunity of online learning, that the lessons are so well prepared. Teachers who are not teaching such great lessons in face to face have done wonders in online teaching, because
That's
they
true.
know that because they all know that children are watching them, the lesson is being recorded, so they are making far more effort in this versus when their audience was just the 25, 30 children in that classroom. Right now they have far more audience. Everybody knows that maybe a parent is sitting with a child behind the camera and watching what is going on. So I think that the biggest benefit of online learning is that the access to learning is there with the child throughout. It doesn't go away, it doesn't delete, it doesn't end after 40 minutes.
That's true, ma'am. That's 100% true. And the best part is that once we realize that how the opportunities have actually brought forward all the learner, abilities, and how students are now going in computers. First, students were, just, I would say Pakistan में still there's a drawback that abhi bhi bahut se parents are, going for just become a doctor, just become an engineer, just become a that. अभी भी मैंने बहुत बड़ा setback. लेकिन अब जब मैंने देखा कि now the students that are coming forward, they see it, they see the change, they see they want to go somewhere else, they want to do something else, and through this online learning, I have seen they're coming with amazing ideas. My students are using Minecraft and they're like, Miss, we have developed this. I want you to see this. My students are going on YouTube live sessions and they're like, ma'am, come on, I want you to see this. I want you to help me out. And I go, okay, that's good. It's good. You see, more advancement is coming in students. I don't want every learner to be the same doctor engineer. मैं तो हमेशा अपनी क्लास में बोलती हूँ, no, you're not going to be that. You're going to be different people. And I want you all to be different, so it's going to benefit me. So I'm taking that forward. How do you see now teacher development? What do you see that's the change in teacher development?
So I think that professional development of teachers also needs to shift to other perspectives of professional development. Like one of the biggest issues with COVID is trauma, mental stress, not just for students, for teachers, because you see, everybody around the world may have people suffering from COVID. We could have teachers, family members suffering from it. We could have students, family members suffering from it. So mental health is a major, major area of professional development for teachers. How to deal with the stress for students, how to deal with their own stress. So not just about children, but also about them. So more professional development is needed for teachers to help them handle mental trauma for students as well as for them to deal with trauma and then be able to teach online enthusiastically. So this
That's
is
so
one
true.
major professional development need. The other one is that we need to encourage more and more team teaching and co-teaching now. Because like I said to you, it was a do or die. I am a fully trained teacher. I am also doing an online class, and a poor teacher who just joined the school one day ago from being a banker 2 days before that also has to do an online class. So the best form of professional development of teachers right now is to put them into pairs and let them teach together and help each other. That's the
Yeah,
fastest way to get the untrained teacher to start teaching.
trained. Bilkul, 100%.
Then
We
the,
need that.
then the third most important thing is getting ready to teach using the hybrid learning model. Even when schools are going to open, the new normal is going to be hybrid. We are not going to go back to the old normal. The new normal will be schools opening with social distancing and maybe shorter timings or multiple shifts. I don't know. I'm just sharing some ideas that I've read about. But preparing ourselves as teachers and educators to be ready that at maybe 40% or 50% of our instruction, even after schools open, will continue to remain online. So this is something that maybe many parents will not opt to send their children to school. They'll say, we'll pay the fees, but we won't send the child. You teach my child online.
ये तो सबसे
You
बड़ा
understand?
definitely
We don't know.
बहुत बड़ा
So we
drawback
don't
है.
know what the future is. There's so much uncertainty. So we need, as teachers and as professionals, I think we need to be prepared for that uncertainty. We need to equip ourselves. We need to find online free courses, see YouTube videos, talk to each other, attend webinars, virtual sessions, and develop better understanding of hybrid learning and hybrid education, which I think is the future. I do not think
Hybrid
that
education.
we are doing
We're going to take some of the comments as well, Miss. I read a very good comment right now. There was a comment from one of the, commenters that said that if you can put it up, 8 years of something that said over here. That was amazing. I read it. That, yeah, my mother-in-law got her first laptop for preparing lessons, and my 8-year-old was walking her through on how to browse and how to log into Zoom. That's development. That is development. That's fazilat, right? And that's so cute. That's so cute.
So this is what learning is. We have limited learning into compartments, but the real learning happens the way this example is given.
Love that.
A teacher could be learning from her child, a child could be teaching a grandparent. So there's a lot of learning. Like when I conducted an online class and my video sound wasn't coming, so this child said to me that, teacher, can you just mute your laptop and turn on the mic of your cell phone, then the sound will be clear, because there was an echo. So then I muted my laptop and then the video sound was fine.
Oh
So
my
this
God,
is
you learn from your
learning.
students. That's the best.
Learning is
That's
a
the best
two-way process.
feeling. Welcome,
Yes,
welcome.
learning is a two-way process.
Our vice chancellor is actually really, really impressed by your what should I say, suggestions and everything. And she's also saying that hybrid learning is the new of the day. Is the need of the day. She's actually quoting the same thing that you're saying. So, ma'am, putting in more comments, some of your fellows are coming and they're saying that good job, and everybody is very happy to see you because obviously you've been a big part of Beacon House. And even when I was ready to interview, I remember my mentor telling me that Miss Narjis is the person who is going to tell you exactly what you need, because I'm looking for people who can actually come and tell us, okay, it's okay. This is a time we need to learn and start going forward. Thinking about that, oh my God, अब क्या होगा कि अब हम परेशान रहेंगे. This is not what I want. I want the optimism to come back to education, because educators like you, जो हम लोग को train कर रहे हैं, you've been developing, I don't know how many sessions, 14, 13, right? You developed 13 batches of teachers. You were telling me that day, and I was like, what?
Yeah, if I count all the courses, about 16 batches.
Imagine, ma'am, mashallah. Like, it's an honor to actually first, interview you. So actually, I'd opt for online schooling. Now, there is one more thing Fazila saying. She's saying, actually, I'd opt for online schooling if given the opportunity. It cuts back on so much of early morning wake up of the hour house stress. So people are actually going for these opportunities now. They want to be hired on the basis of online teaching. How would you take this?
I would take, again, like I said, opportunity. We don't have to compromise on teacher hiring. I mean, we may be able to get
Hmm.
teachers who want to stay home and teach online. So there is a different type of job opportunity that the future will offer in the hybrid model. We may not need teachers who are going to be with us full time. So there are many things
That's
are going to
true.
change. The world is changing.
That's true. That's so true, ma'am. I totally agree to the point that the world is changing. Some of your friends are actually messaging. I'm just going to take more comments in that,
Yeah.
including that, there was a comment that, ma'am, Narjis, you're going very well. And then there was another comment that was telling that, good job, excellent way of, mentorship. And everybody is actually really appreciating that how you've been a mentor. Ma'am, tell me about your journey. चलिए आपने हमें इतने सारे अच्छे अच्छे टॉपिक्स बताए, आपने हमें सब डिस्कस करा हमसे और हम लोग को समझाया एज द न्यू टीचर्स, हमें बहुत जरूरत है इस चीज की, एंड थैंक यू सो मच. अब आप मुझे बताएं, आपको क्या लगता है, व्हाट इज दैट थिंग दैट यू वांट इन अस? आपको क्या लगता है कि तुम लोग ये करो, दिस इज गोना बी दैट थिंग दैट्स गोना ब्रिंग यू guys out?
Risk taking.
Ooh, oh, definitely, 100%, so
That's
true.
my honest suggestion. If you are afraid, if you are a conformist, it's very difficult that you will survive in the new world.
That's so true. That's so true. We're not going to survive if we're not going to take risk. I remember taking a jump from one sector to other, and I was so scared. I was like, why am I doing this? It's such a good job. I'm settled. University itni kareeb hai, everything's good. But it changes. It changes. Your development changes. You go for better opportunities. Teachers now, Alia Batul says, teachers who were not good at IT, they've become expert now and conducting online classes confidently. Excellent Beacon House. She is actually commending the Beacon House system as well. I would commend Beacon House too on this, because they've given us a very big area to play in. So you tell us, how do you guys be so confident on us that just let the teachers train and get it out?
Because we have a lot in our school structure, we have a lot of support from within the school. Like the school management works very closely with the teachers constantly. So like when we did online teaching, I remember the first 3 weeks, every time we kept having Google Meet meetings with the teachers, now with the English teachers, now with the maths teachers, now with the science teachers, and trying out tools and testing tools. So like in the first 2 3 weeks, we were just talking to each other at least 12 hours of the day. So I think this has been our biggest support system, that people were talking to each other all the time and wanting to do something for the students.
That's so true. That's so, ma'am. Taking teachers in the loop is a very big thing, and especially if a management wants to grow, they need to build their teachers. I've always seen the managements who have, pulled their teachers up. They've made them go. That's how managements have survived, and that's how education has, what should I say, blossomed. Taking your point forward, how much cooperation did you get from parents? Because from my side, the branch that I work in, I had amazing parental feedback. Parents were so cooperative. They learned, they easily adapted. They were like, yes, miss, it's a good thing. They're going back in routine. We don't want them to lose themselves. We want them to stay stick to education. So, what was your point of view on it?
It was the same. We didn't have many issues. Just
Hmm.
like I said to you, it took 2 weeks for everybody to understand that this is serious
Hmm.
schooling going on. Because
Hmm.
that confusion was also created by the government announcement of summer vacation. Actually, that's where the
Hmm.
problem started. They thought it's
Yes.
summer vacation. So when that confusion was
Sort of.
sorted, that it's not summer vacation and classes are going on, then that is it. Then we were on a roll. Parents also
Hmm.
got it, students also got it, teachers also got
Definitely, ma'am. That's so true. Parental, it's like a triangle. My mentor told me that it's a triangle. It's parents, teachers, and students. Parents, teachers, and students. And all of this triangle is attracted by that one energy. That's the management. So it's a very big commendable thing for a management to put a school like a full school system and go forward and start experimenting. I saw Beacon House giving online what should I say, projects, online assignments, and bringing up different webinars for the teachers. uh, do you think this was a very necessary thing in the COVID, especially to
it.
bring these projects?
Yes, also making online training for Google Classrooms mandatory. One of the biggest steps that Beacon House took in the first two
Yes,
weeks of launching Google Classroom was making sure that everybody did the Google online classroom training.
yes,
So
we were
that
all trained for it,
really helped
advanced level
us
and the
move very
fundamentals
fast.
level.
And it was not just mandatory for the teachers, it was mandatory for the school leadership teams also. Because we were
Hmm.
the ones who had to work with the teachers. So I think that
Yeah.
was a very good step taken by Beacon House, which got us to move forward very quickly.
That's so true. That's so true. Ma'am, what are the setbacks in terms of, the COVID itself? How is it setbacking some of the things that you think कि नहीं इसमें यहाँ मसला आता है?
I just gave you that example that students' families are affected, teachers' families are affected, so
हाँ, ये तो
staffing is
बहुत.
impacted. Then we have to give substitutions within the school. I told you I was also teaching since a
हाँ,
teacher's class for 3 weeks.
yes,
I was
yes.
taking two combined sections. So two combined section means that every class I was having 35 to 40 children in that class. That's not
Oh my God,
easy to do it
that's not
online.
easy.
And
That's not easy.
in middle school, when everybody wants to say something, and when you are doing a Padlet wall, and the Padlet wall fills up with, and there are children crying and telling you, Mine is not visible," and I have to scroll my screen down to show them it's there. Don't worry, no one deleted it.
That's so true. That's so true. I've always seen there's a very big difference in the sector that now you are working with the elementary students. It's so true. उनका उनका जो level होता है ना creativity का, उनको इतना high होता है और उनको इतना शौक होता है ना कि बस मैं मैम को बता दूं, दिखा दूं, और हर student में
Because
एक
we are in
curiosity
middle
होती है.
school. In middle school, children are wanting to impress each other unbelievably. Like they want to use every feature that is provided by a teacher to impress the
That's so
children.
true. That's so
Yes.
true. Ma'am, thank you so much for giving us all these big highlights that we needed in the education sector. Because right now, my initiative and the Greenwich University's initiative is to bring out all this forward, these problems, these opportunities. Naz Rizwan says without attending extensive and time-consuming trainings and certificates, teachers have become experts in online teaching as well as troubleshooting. They make backup plans and quickly improvise if need to be. This hands-on training is best.
Yes.
That is so true. That is so true. That's so true. I totally agree to her कि वाकई हम अब हम वो चीजें अब हम लोग जैसे फोन पे जो बात करते हैं हम लोग ये कर रहे होते हैं कि मैम डिवाइस अगर नहीं चल रही तो we're gonna do this, I'm gonna put the other one on it, और हम लोग यूं कर लेंगे और इस तरह कर देंगे. Get it? Like अब बहुत different हो गया है, but it's good. It's a good change. I'm happy that the leaders like you mentors like other, all the people around us, and systems like Beacon House are supporting teachers, they're supporting parents, they're trying to make the best out of this situation. Thank you so much for your time, Miss Narjis. Time went by with you, and I did not even know, if this was a live session or I was actually going on in front of everyone. Tell me, how was your experience with us?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I just felt like I was doing an online class because when I was teaching the students or when I teach the teachers, it's the kind of discussion we have. So that's exactly how I felt.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I really appreciate it. This was Ma'am Narjis Haider with us. She was the deputy head of the middle school, Beacon House. We tried to overcome and, over point of view, the whole aspects and different things that we are facing as educationists, because we see the problems with the students, we see the problems with the, parents, but there is a whole faculty at the back who's also facing the problems. That's the teachers and the, management. Bringing this forward was just to help you guys realize that, everybody is doing their part, everybody's trying to make the best out of it. Stay positive, stay positive, try to look at the better part of this situation, try to look at the, most what should I say, colorful part of this situation. And thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. Please let me know if you have any suggestions for the more shows. And yeah, thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.